Hey everybody, welcome to episode 5 of this fall's Workout Wednesday series presented by HOKA NAZ Elite. I am going to take you today through one of our classic workouts, and really it's a classic workout for lots of people all over the world, and that's just a long effort at your marathon pace, right? So we usually do 16 miles at marathon effort. We have to convert it for altitude, but we're not going to mess with altitude today. We're just going to talk about pace, all right? So we do 16 miles, let's say, at marathon pace to make it easy, and we do that usually 3 weeks or 4 weeks out from the race. If we have to push it to 2 weeks out from the race, we'll sometimes take it down to 15 miles at marathon pace, but it just depends. It falls somewhere in that 2, 3, 4 weeks out for us. That's how we like to do it, and that's how I'd suggest it for you guys, especially 3 weeks out or 4 weeks out. I think that's a good time to do this workout. However, what I want to talk about is the difference between what's going on physiologically between a professional athlete who runs, let's say a male who runs 2:10 for the marathon, and let's say a 4-hour marathoner. So I did some digging beforehand. I looked at a couple of the different online calculators that are available, and I want to give you guys a couple of different options on how to do this session. So of course, one option is just 16 miles at your marathon pace. So you just type it in. I typed in 4-hour marathon pace. That's 9:09 per mile. You can go out and run 16 miles at 9:09 pace. That'll take you 2 hours, 26 minutes, 24 seconds. That's certainly an option. You get the rhythm. You learn that pace. However, that pace is closer to your easy run pace than a professional male who runs 2:10, 4:57 per mile. That's quite a ways from their easy run pace. So physiologically, what they're doing when they run 16 at marathon pace is a harder aerobic effort than it is for a 4-hour marathoner, if that makes sense. Stay with me, right? So if the 4-hour marathoner wanted to test themselves a little bit more aerobically and run faster than marathon effort, more like 2-hour and 10-minute race pace effort, just like the pros are doing, I think that's fine. I went on and I looked at the online calculators. I found that a 4-hour marathoner, and I'm looking for that 2:10 race range. So I saw that the equivalent to a 4-hour marathon would be a 15-mile race run at 8:48 per mile. That would be 2:11:57 for 15 miles for that person. So if that 4-hour marathoner really wanted to feel that same effort that the pros are putting in for 16 miles at their marathon pace, they would run this at 8:48 pace. However, they can't run 16 miles at 8:48 pace. That would literally be a race for them. So then you start thinking, okay, well, wait a minute now. How long does it take the pros? So I typed in 4:57 pace for 16 miles, again, using that 2:10 barrier. And that would take a male pro 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 12 seconds to run 4:57 pace for 16 miles. So I thought, okay, well, if the 4-hour marathoner wants to feel that same level of effort, they would, again, 8:48 per mile. We know that from the calculator. But for how far? Okay. Well, then what we want to do is we want to type in 8:48 per mile for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Virtually the same thing, right, that the pros are doing. Well, that would be 9 miles. So a long, steady state run for a 4-hour marathoner, I would go for 1 hour and 20 minutes at the pace at which you could race for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Then you've got apples to apples. Then you're doing exactly what the pros are doing. And so this person, this 4-hour marathoner, would run 8:48 pace for 9 miles. That would take them 1:20. So hopefully you see that you got two really cool options if you're a little bit on the slower end. So let's say 3:30 marathon and up, 4-hour, 4:30, 5, whatever it might be. I think that there's room in your marathon segment to do two different kind of hard long runs. Maybe one 4 weeks out, maybe one 3 weeks out. One, you just straight go 16 miles at your marathon effort. That's great. It'll take a while, but that's okay. You just do it. You do it nice and smooth. You learn that marathon pace, that pace that you can hold for 26.2 miles. But maybe another weekend, you go ahead and feel that same high level aerobic feeling that the pros are feeling when they run their 16 miler, and you go out and you find what your pace is for a 2 hour and 10 minute race. In the case of the 4 hour marathoner, it's 8:48, and you do that for 1 hour and 20 minutes. And that's also a great long run. It's a different feeling. You're going to be breathing a little bit harder, but it's a great workout. So I'm really giving you kind of a 2-for-1 workout Wednesday here. I'm giving you 16 miles at your marathon pace. Easy peasy, simple. You understand that. But then I'm also giving you 1 hour and 20 minutes at your steady state pace, your 2 hour and 10 minute race pace. So those are the two options. Hopefully I made that clear. The video I want you to watch this week is awesome. It's about us, or it follows us doing a 16 miler at Marathon Effort last week in Flagstaff. It's a 38-minute long video. It's really comprehensive. Totally makes you feel like you were there. It was done by a guy named Matt Fox, who owns and operates Sweat Elite Training Systems, I believe it's called. Sweat Elite is the name of his YouTube channel. You can check it out. We'll put the graphic up here on the video. And check out that video, because then you get to see us doing this workout that I'm talking about today. Hope that helps. Enjoy.